IVM.
So hello and welcome to Football Shootball, our second episode of the Euros. I have forgotten the episode number. Sapre, I do not know if you can help me out on this, but I don't think it should matter because this is the postseason, right? I mean, we have done an entire Premier League, all other leagues in European season, along with the ISL in the middle as well. This is basically the second break that we've had during the Euros, and that's why we're recording. I think it's as simple as that. Euro Part 2. We just go with that. Season 2, Euro Part 2. Okay,
and because aren't you the Tam Bram who's supposed to be good with numbers?
I mean, right, I am the Tam Bram. About the number part, I'm not too sure at all. Because I know that we usually, at least there's one thing that I'm good with, I know that we usually have 3 people on the podcast. And last week we didn't because our third co-host, who considers himself the host and the lead of this podcast, decided to take a break to have a baby. Priorities and all that. He said that he's not going to come on a few episodes during the Euros at least because he's, in his words, too busy. Sapre doesn't buy it. I'm starting to not buy it as well, but we have decided to go full steam ahead and get a very, very able replacement. Someone who is at least at Shivram's level, if not even better. I would say slightly better as well. Welcome to Football Shootball, comedian Abijit Ganguly.
Thank you, guys. No pressure. No pressure. Yeah.
There's absolutely no pressure. I mean, Shivram calls himself a comic. He's never been on stage. So there is absolutely no pressure for you, Abhijeet.
Yeah, and I'm just getting to know that he's become a father. So yeah, congratulations to you if you see this video.
At least one of us needs to wish Shivram. So yeah, from Abhijeet, congratulations, Shivram. Here's the thing about Shiva, Abhijeet. He supports France. I've been on a podcast with you before, so I know who you do. You need to tell our listeners now who you support, at least in this Euros.
I mean, right now it's not the best time to say whom I was supporting, but yeah, Germany was the team that had been supporting, and I'd been pretty much confident. At least the fact that if Germany would have, kind of humiliated England, it would have been a very funny sight, like a 5-1 scoreline, and that's what I was just praying for. And kind of been cocky about it as well. But obviously that did not happen. So yeah, not the best time to say it, but yeah.
Yeah, that did not happen. I really wanted. We usually have this naming pattern, Abhijeet, on this podcast where we name each of our episodes after Hindi movies. We're Football Shootball. So these two are the Bollywood fans. I don't know jack shit, but I let them get on with the names. I just basically Googled because it's coming home was trending. I basically Googled movies starting with Ghar in this. And there was a movie called Ghar itself. So that is, as listeners would know, my obvious choice. I just go for the lowest denominator. But Sapre has another suggestion. I want to know if anybody here has heard this film. It's called Wo Din Aayega. I don't know if he's talking about the 2014 election campaign or he's talking about some film that came at some point in our illustrious history of Bollywood cinema.
Well, 2014, it's definitely not a 2014 slogan. Mm-hmm. Right? So it is a movie. And let's not talk about names. I mean, half the movies that you tell you haven't seen yourself. I mean, we talk about football matches that you don't see. So let that be. We'll just keep that aside for now. Okay.
Faffing is the way, man. Faffing through all this is the best way to go about it. Yeah, we'll wing it.
90% is how you say. 10% is what you say. Is what I'm.
Okay, so at least give us a plot, a synopsis. Sell the film. We're in the business of entertainment. We have to sell the movie along with the soccer.
Okay, look, we've tried to name this with the connotation of England, right?
It's as boring as England. Why Sapre was stuttering, it's because I do not know why we have got this comment. But Kaustubh K, who I'm hoping is not Kaustubh Kumar, because Kaustubh Kumar is a colleague of mine and he better be working right now. But if it's the same Kaustubh K, he writes, Abijit Ganguly is just pissed that he didn't get a chance to take his shirt off in celebration. I'm presuming this is Dada at Lord's ka reference, Abijit.
Of course, this has a Ganguly reference to it. And I think yesterday also I was on a stream in which somebody, like a watch along of some other football podcast, and somebody said that if Germany wins, Abhijit has to take off his shirt. I'm like, what is this behavior? I'm not taking off my shirt. I'm not in that shape and all. It's a lot of lockdown mask, man.
So what is the actually Germany losing the issue or Germany losing to England makes you more sad? What is the real reason?
See, I mean, Germany losing to England is definitely, it is also because Germany did not basically turn up. Like yesterday, the game they did not really turn up, and Mueller's that chance miss is just horrific. Like it's unbelievable that he missed that. So it's a little bit sad that because the story would have been amazing. No, like England getting a thrashing of 5-1 at Wembley against Germany. That would have been so hilarious and so much fun to see the look on England supporters. But I'm kind of sad. But it's okay. I guess life ups and downs. So yeah.
All right, we'll spend the next minute or so letting Abhijeet get his bearings. Meanwhile, Sapre is Googling Vodin, Aayega, whatever the name of that film is, and he's trying to get a synopsis in place. But we'll be right back on Football Shootball. This is Vodin, Aayega for England. So welcome back. Sapre, we'll start with you. The Euro pre-quarters, the round of 16 is complete. We had arguably the best day of football, I feel. I know this is complete recency bias, but one of the best days, at least, of football in the last many, many years on Monday, where we saw 2 3-3s, one that became a 5-3 and one that became a penalty shootout. Before that, we had the defending champions getting knocked out as well. But we'll start, because we have a Germany fan on board, Sapre, we'll start with yesterday. None of us, I think, wanted England to win. At least those of us who have an allegiance to this podcast watching.
Yes.
I'm not too sure. But I'm not that upset that they won. I'm really glad that Sterling is getting to star in a tournament of his own.
Really?
This is as recency bias as possible, man. Just one tap in, he scores, and suddenly he's the new Mbappe. And Mbappe, after one penalty, misses the new Sterling. Everybody's abusing. So it's okay. Let's.
You're still bitter. You're still bitter, Abhijeet.
I am, of course, I am. A little bitter. I'm very bitter.
I'm saying Raheem Sterling hasn't lived up to his name. Mm-hmm. We expected England to play the way they did, which exactly how it was. It was a tedious game, at least the first half. Ukraine-Sweden was far, far better and entertaining than that game was. Mm-hmm. And with Germany, yes, Abhijeet, you said that they didn't turn up. But that's something we discussed on the previous episode. Germany it's just been a very topsy-turvy season.
No, but Germany does not turn up against smaller teams. So basically, like this had been the trend. Like Germany was not turning up against the smaller teams. Otherwise,
like France, you mean?
Not France. France, honestly, I think Germany did decent. I think, but France was
okay.
Yeah, they did decent. But again, Hungary, I didn't think they turned up. Against Portugal, they were phenomenal. And that was the only thing. I think against England, they just didn't turn up. But it's hilarious. Like Southgate keeps not playing Grealish. I think it's just come to a point that Southgate uske drinks mein spike kar dega, kuch performance enhancing drugs dal dega just so that he does not get to pick him. It's so stupid. It's unbelievable what that person does. And but whatever.
Yeah, there is still a lot of bitterness. Don't worry, listener. Abhijeet will get over it. We'll make him by the end of the next 30 minutes. Gaurav, you were saying the match is boring, and Nikhil writes in to us that if Spain versus England happens, I don't agree with the statement at all, okay?
Yeah,
but he writes if Spain versus England happens, this would be the most boring match of all time. Spain have scored, 5 plus 5 plus nothing else, but 10 goals in the last 2 games. Nikhil, how dare you, man? Come on.
And Morata has scored. Finally, he has scored. And he missed some 3,000 chances. And his first touch was worse than Lukaku's throughout the match, but he did score.
That's saying something. His first touch is worse than Lukaku's.
I think there's a blanket rule here that there is no Lukaku slander allowed. Sorry. We'll have to cut you off for about 5 minutes in the sin bin, Abhijeet. If one more slander about Lukaku comes in, this is personally my rule. I know Sapre has thoughts on similar lines as you, but I'll cut both of you all off and I'll go on a monologue if it happens again. Anyway, getting back, let's talk about Spain-Croatia. I agree with Nikhil's sentiment though, Sapre, that on paper, maybe it looked like a game that wouldn't be the most interesting, but boy, did it deliver. I mean, everyone kept saying Croatia will get tired at some point of time, but they kept coming back 3-1 down, back to 3-3, but then somehow Morata had the quality and Spain had the quality to win 5-3 at the end. Tremendous match.
I don't think there was quality. I think they genuinely got tired by the end of it.
But this is after 120, right? For 90, they fought well to come back.
They fought. It was a good game. At least on the podcast, we thought Croatia will definitely win this, given the fact the way Spain was playing and the problems in attack. And Croatia was playing really well. It is just unfortunate that Croatia had to go out the way they did. But I'm happy that finally Spain really showed what they're capable of. And I hope they continue this form going ahead. But to Nikhil's point, any team versus England is going to be a boring match. So don't single out Spain as such.
Yeah. Then the moment you have 5 defenders, and probably Southgate is going to, take it up a notch in the next one. He's going to go for 6 defenders, 7 defenders. I think it's bound to be a pretty boring game, because that's what Southgate, that's how he rolls. He treats Grealish like a drug. He rations his supply. Like, don't get too used to him. Like, even he'll make him play 60 minutes. Then again, just in case he might win man of the match. So let's take him off, and then there'll be pressure. So he's a scarce commodity. Why Southgate is just hilarious so far.
Yeah. No, but it's fine. It was weird that you start with 5 defenders and then you have Rice and Phillips in the center, and then I don't know what Harry Kane is supposed to think. Although if Southgate was bad for 80 minutes of that match, Harry Kane was absolutely woeful, Abhijit. I mean, you watch the Premier League regularly, but this seems like a very different Harry Kane who seems to have his mind already on a move rather than what's happening right now.
It could a little bit be also because, after the whole season, you're a little tired. So I guess the same thing went with Mbappe, that, you can be a little tired at the end of the season. But yeah, he was also, to be fair, he did not have the best of supply either. But he was hardly anywhere near his normal level. So, but genuinely, the issue was not with Harry Kane and everybody. It was with just the lineup that Southgate has lined up. So for me, the fact that, how can Grealish not be playing? It's just mind-boggling. Itna calves dikha raha hai wo. Like, he's doing every single thing that can be done. What else does the poor fellow need to be doing? I think that's the reason why Grealish will finally take a move to a bigger club, because Southgate at least really lets him play.
Yeah, so one person, Sapre, who has taken a move to a bigger club, announced by his colleague with England, Marcus Rashford, on Twitter last night, is that Jadon Sancho has completed his move. I mean, Fabrizio Romano has been building the last year of his career on Sancho tweets that here we go. So, Marcus Rashford just comes in and says, yes, he's moving to United in the dead of night. Yeah, and he has deleted the tweet though. So do you still have some apprehensions that's going to happen?
Oh, it is going to happen. When, I don't know. It could take 3 years. It could take 6 years. We don't know. It will happen. Wo din aayega. Right? So
which is the name of the stream? Ek din ghar aayega, something like that. Yeah.
Ek din aayega.
Ek din aayega. Yeah, that will be the thing again.
Also, I think he just nudged Rashford saying, मेरे को chance तो मिल नहीं रहा है football खेल, तू कुछ करना Insta पे.
So, but I wanted to ask you that. Like, is that similar to what Abhijit said? Just because you don't play for a bigger club, or just because you don't play in England, you're out of Southgate's line of vision?
Well, no, he played Mings for the first 2 games, so.
But that was not out of choice, was it? Because there was injuries to Maguire.
No, but he also plays Kane. I mean, he plays for Spurs, for crying out loud. So, I mean, kya farak padta hai? I don't think that's really the way Southgate puts his team around. He's a Mourinho in disguise. He's a pale Mourinho who puts a team who should not lose the match. That's what he's all about.
Don't insult Mourinho like that. Yeah, Mourinho has won everything that is there to win, and Southgate is jack shit. He would not get any Premier League club, for me at least. So that's insulting to Mourinho. Yeah, Southgate and Mourinho, like, what is this behavior?
Wow.
Like, yeah,
plenty of Southgate slander, plenty of England slander on the podcast. But
Southgate looks like Peaky Blinders में जो वो है ना side वाले characters. What is the Cecilian Murphy's elder brother? So yeah, he looks like that guy. पता नहीं. You can picture Southgate working at a pub, being a server or something, in British pub or something. Yeah, you can just imagine him like that. Southgate is just whatever. And like he's trying to act cocky and all. You would have questioned my selection if England would have lost the game. Of course, because even with your selection, England was about to lose the game. But just because he finally substituted Grealish in, who should have been playing in the match. Oh God, that idiot! Oh, yeah.
So let's come to consensus. If Germany lost, England didn't win. Let's put that to rest.
I mean, Germany were woeful as well. They were like. Yeah, okay, they had one shot from Havertz was good. I'll give you that. I've spent a year cursing Havertz. I think this is the form he needs to show in England. Maybe Chelsea can start this Havertz, who is pretty silky smooth yesterday. Going by what you said, Abhijit, it's clear that you don't have England's best interests at heart. So now their next game is against.
No, I would still. I'm a Grealish. I'm a Grealish fan. I really like his game.
Right.
I really like. I think that he can be the next Zidane. So that's the kind of respect I have for that guy. Like that's the level I think. So if I really love his game, his movement and everything. So I just want to see him play. See, even though I wanted obviously Germany to win, but the fact that Grealish has been playing is mind-boggling for me. So yeah, that still I would.
I hope our producer Surohini is listening, and she is. So Surohini, if you can create social cards that says comedian Abijit Ganguly, Grealish is the new Zinedine Zidane, and just put it out there. I want just to see the reaction. We'll have like a
he can be. He for sure can be. He can totally
just put
be.
is there. Don't put these cans, ifs, buts, or maybes. Just put is, and this is what.
Okay, not maybe Zidane as a manager as well. What is a manager? Let's just talk about Zidane as the player. But his movement and everything reminds me a lot of Zidane. So that's why I really like him as a player.
So here's the thing, right? He's not getting chances to play in England, and he reminds Abhijeet of Zidane. Maybe he can move to France because the French team really needed somebody like Zidane. Don't you think so?
No. French team by itself is pretty good. Yeah, like everybody had assumed that France would win this. And okay, by the way, guys, I did tell you, like I had the huge misfortune of switching off the TV in Spain versus Croatia when it was at 3-1 because I was rooting for the underdog, like Croatia should win. And then I switched off TV, and then I suddenly get to know that it's 3-3, and then I start watching again, and then again see Spain scoring 2 goals. So I'm like, what the hell is this? This is so ridiculous. And then at night, I tweet out also. Probably the worst day, lesson learned. Never switch off the TV, at 3-1 because, it's done for. Then at night, after Switzerland missed their penalty, and, in the next 5 minutes, they scored bloody hell 3 goals, and it's 3-1 again. And again, I switched off the TV, and next morning, football group, I see 120 messages. I'm like, what happened? That day was proper, advertisement for not switching off TV at 3-1. So yeah, it happened to be both the times, and I did not learn. It was a bad day to learn that.
Did you get a chance to read Adrian Rabiot's mother's comments about Pogba and Mbappe?
What did she say? I don't know this. No. What?
So in the stands, Adrian Rabiot's mother, Veronica Rabiot, was sitting. She was his agent earlier as well. So were Pogba's and Mbappe's family as well. They were all sitting there, like Mbappe's little brother. They started trading abuses at each other. It started when Rabiot misplaced a pass and Pogba's family got really upset at Rabiot. Veronica got in. Mrs. Rabiot got in. Security had to come and tell Pogba's family that calm down, guys. You can't be. This is becoming too intense a scene. And then Veronica Rabiot went mad once Pogba. I think it was Pogba who misplaced the pass for Switzerland's third goal, Gavranovic's goal. Yeah, it was Pogba who misplaced the pass, and she went livid. And when Mbappe missed the penalty finally at the end, apparently she told Mbappe's father, make sure your son isn't as arrogant anymore as he is currently. So France being France. Brilliant.
Wow, this is intense masala, man. This is the best thing I've heard after Wayne Rooney's wife and Vardy's wife had that thing about them. But this is proper box office, man. I did not know. This is amazing.
Kendriya Vidyalaya level fight, which is what we expect, right, from football.
Tera bachcha kitna khara and all that. Tere bachche ko dekh pehle. That's amazing, dude. This is brilliant.
Yeah. So that happened in France. Yeah.
But bad luck, yeah. I mean, Mbappe, he was hoping that the goalkeeper his foot was not on the line, etc. But
he seemed so confident. The goalkeeper started self-doubting that maybe we are going to overrule this. He seemed like, what has happened? It looked like a Virat Kohli getting out kind of a wicket. When Virat Kohli just looks, what just happened with that? Mbappe seems so convinced that this just did not happen.
That's so true, right? Kohli gets out immediately. There's shock and there's DRS. Like that. That's the only two things that follow.
He'll do it out of sector.
Yeah.
He did it while getting bowled to Moeen Ali or something. While getting bowled. Bowled पे क्या review के लिए सोच रहा है? Ball check करो. Yeah, that was what Mbappe did. Yeah.
Yeah. So France are out. What else happened? Have we spoken about? Okay, so Spain went through. France is out. To Switzerland went through. Before that was Belgium, Portugal. That was probably
a group of death. Yeah, so-called group of death. Everybody's out.
So-called group of death. Portugal. I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't remember much from the game. It was an excellent goal by Thorgan Hazard. So Dortmund are adding another 10 million, another 100 million player for them. One more.
For sure.
He
for
was.
someone to buy.
He's so overshadowed his older brother throughout the series, actually. Yeah, we did speak about it. I think him and Munir have been really good for Belgium going forward, the way they play. And the goal was sensational. It was a good match, as in both teams. It wasn't as boring as like Germany, England. Of course, it wasn't a high-scoring game, but it did play well. Lukaku had a couple of great runs, if not chances. Like the Lukaku of old that you love to see. De Bruyne got injured again, unfortunately, in that match. Hazard didn't get injured in that match, so that is unfortunate as well. So he'll continue to play the next match.
Eden Hazard's powers lied in his butt. Ever since he got his butt surgery done, he's just not the player he used to be. And there was an athletic article also, no, that how Eden, there was like the butt thing really worked for him. So yeah, that's really taken off. And I think his brother still has the natural family butt. The Hazard butt is still there. So he's still doing amazing things with that. And yeah, Eden Hazard, unfortunately, is just not there. But I think Portugal deserved an equalizer. Don't you think so? Like, I think they deserved their equalizer. Huh?
I don't know. I mean, they did try. I think Renato Sanchez was still the better player.
Yeah, they had Bruno Fernandes on the field. Yeah, how are they going to get any sort of equalizer if they have Bruno on the field? Like,
they should have had Bruno on the field. I mean, okay, let's just end this argument. Okay, it's a faltu ka slander towards Bruno.
Hey, you're a United fan, kya?
Doesn't matter. We'll talk about it in the next episode. Yes, I'm a United fan, by the way. Okay, Bernardo Silva had a shit tournament.
But it's unfair to expect anything from Bruno in this tournament because all penalties will be taken by Ronaldo. So how will he score goals?
I exactly said that. There's no motivation for you to play. Right? But they also had Joao Felix on the bench. And you continue to play with Jota, who, I don't know, Ronaldo, I don't know how did Ronaldo not slap him throughout this tournament on the pitch, in the dressing room. I'm sure he would have.
Way better than Felix, yeah. What are you saying?
But at least give the other person a chance. He's not performed.
He didn't do that. Felix and what
don't be Southgate. I mean, same team ko khilao kuch bhi hua to. Come on. You're Portugal. You're defending this fucking title.
Yeah. I actually think the biggest miss was Andres Silva. He kept coming off the bench, whereas he was really good last season for Eintracht. He would have scored goals. He's the only proper striker that they have.
True.
Yeah, so they should have at least someone to sit there in the box. Like I know Ronaldo plays in that position, but yeah.
But yeah, proper striker. He got Ronaldo. Kya kare? Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's one issue, right? Ronaldo can't play anywhere else on the wings. He has to go through the center. But yeah, I'm glad Portugal are out. I mean, I couldn't really care much for that team. They won last time. They won the 2016 Euros by what? Winning one match in the entire tournament or something in 90 minutes. That's pretty much it. They beat Hungary in 90 minutes. That was the only side. They won 2 out of their last 11 games in.
But that Portugal team and this Portugal team are very different. This Portugal team is fairly star-studded here. They have a lot of good players. I mean, for sure.
The expectation was far more here, so it's probably. Yeah. But then they got a hard draw as well, right? Like they're not facing Wales in the in the round of 16. They got a hard draw. Anyway, moving on. So we have one Germany fan who's already upset. His team has been knocked out. I almost forgot because so many games have happened since. We have a Netherlands fan on this podcast as well. And Netherlands have gone home as well. Mr. De Boer has taken his side home after an awful performance against the Czech Republic. Patrick Schick leading the way, Sapre, as Netherlands Ons Orange are dumped out.
Yeah, De Ligt led the way for the Netherlands.
Much to Mourinho's delight.
Much to Mourinho's delight, yes.
Yeah. The manager who is not the most unsuccessful.
I think this is a change that has made most people happy. So this is for the larger good of the world, right? Everybody is happy. Nobody's complaining that he's lost his position as the manager of that team, including the players, including the team club captain, Weiland, who didn't do much in that match anyway.
He had 10 passes in the entire. How do you go 90 minutes with just 10 successful passes? I don't get it. How does that happen?
Because he was trying to go and score. So he was trying to play more in the box.
So you're saying he just kept shooting unnecessarily?
No, he tried to get to the ball to shoot, but there was nobody to pass to him. So he just ended up wandering around and loitering on the stadium, doing nothing. Very disappointed actually. We knew it's not going to be easy for them to win the tournament, but at least they were entertaining throughout the group stages, the kind of goals they scored. And I think you made that point that they've just had 11 dribblers on the pitch than like proper players who could pass.
No, I just want Wout Weghorst to start because I don't think you can play Malen and Depay unless you're playing a 3-man attack, and which they weren't. They were playing a 3-5-2. So then, as your two attacking players, have one target man and have Depay doing what he wants. And I don't think Daniel Malen is all that. I think he's a little overrated than what people say.
Who's
I think
he
you should
being linked with?
Pardon me?
Which club is he being linked with?
Liverpool.
Liverpool only, I think. Liverpool, yeah. Malen ka Liverpool ke साथ link चल रहा है, but they won't go. They shouldn't go for him. Yeah, he's bad.
But then he would be a good replacement for that front three plus Jota. Like, especially he's younger. So if Klopp can mold him in a certain way, that which he couldn't do to Minamino at least so far, I think it's still possible.
To be honest, Klopp has tried that with one ex-Arsenal player on a hefty fee who doesn't do much in that team.
Yeah,
so,
But Ox, are you talking about Ox only?
Yeah.
But that's because his injury kind of screwed him, no? Like otherwise, he was on the right track. He was doing great things, scoring goals against Man City and all that. So, but it's just the injury screwed him. And right now, so actually, this season, next coming season, will be a huge test to see where is Ox right now. Because otherwise, Ox might also be heading out the next end of season.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, the links with Malen and to Liverpool are getting stronger over time now. So let's see what happens there. They aren't otherwise linked with any other player, Liverpool.
They are. Mbappe.
Clearly, we have a Liverpool fan on the podcast. Yeah,
Mbappe, yes. They're linked to Mbappe.
I think there's some sporting guy, Otavia or something, who plays in every bloody position. So he's maybe just a replacement for Milner eventually. So Otavia, they're in talks with him also, and of course Konate ko to liya hi hai. So but anyway, come back to Europe.
Yeah, speaking of playing in every position, we had David Alaba's Austria go out to Italy. Any thoughts on Italy? I know it's been a long time since they've played. I mentioned last week on the podcast, I tried to argue the case with Sapre that Italy were the only impressive side in the tournament, Abhijeet. He went on to try and tell me that no, Netherlands are very good. I don't agree with you that Italy are great. Hey, Sapre, there's only one of the two teams who are still remaining in the competition right now.
So it's fine. I mean, it's like saying Dabang is a good movie just because it made 300 crores. That's just stupid, right?
No, it's not the same as that. Sports is not the same as Dabang is a good movie because it made 3 more. No, that's not a great comparison. That's like somebody's first century. Somebody got out and then you put the Dabang.
I had nothing else to defend Netherlands. They played so poorly. I could just not defend them otherwise. I mean, Locatelli again on the bench. Verratti started the game. I don't know what he was trying to do through the match. But they scored through substitutes at the end of it. Good goals though, both of them.
Chiesa has to start, right? Like he's the one superstar there. He has to start next game on.
Yeah, Austria was just overwhelmed by the end of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But kudos. I mean, Italy finally. I mean, I'm happy. Anything good happens in Italy, I'm happy. Like Milan finally coming back in the top 4, playing the Champions League. Italy trying to get now in the top 8 or final 8 of the tournament. So I'm happy for that team. Let's see what
historically Italy always done. Historically, Italy has always done well when they had some kind of tragedy or something like that. So basically, even every time there's a match fixing scandal or something like that, next year Italy has gone on to win the World Cup and everything. So Italy always does well they had this huge COVID situation and it was pretty bad over there. So Italy has historically done pretty well after some bad tragedy. So let's see. And they have been so much better than Netherlands and all, man. Not even conceding a single goal in bloody group stages. How can we even compare?
England did not concede a single goal in the group stages and in the round of 16. Yet I didn't hear that much praise for England, Abijit Ganguly.
Because they also didn't score any. So you have to score while not conceding. If you're not scoring, not conceding, then it's a dead match, which is boring. Which if you play 5-6 defenders, it will eventually happen. So that's a very different approach. You know how bad you have to be more defensive than Italy? Like how defensive you have to be. Like England is. I don't think
English were defensive. They were just like plain boring. Passing the ball from one end to the other is not being defensive. I was being defensive when I was defending Netherlands, but kudos to Italy. Congratulations. I hear you're the only one. Finally, your team is doing well on the podcast that we've been doing for 2 years. It's great,
It feels new. It feels fresh. Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's quickly predictions for
unexpected
the
life of a Fulham fan. What do you mean we are still in second round and knockouts? Okay.
At least some decisions are fine. So this tournament supporting Italy was a good choice. Quickly, quarterfinals predictions. Abhijeet, will start with you. Any thoughts on Switzerland v Spain? This is basically everyone's trying to bring the tennis analogy in here. Roger Federer v Rafael Nadal. Federer, interestingly, after Switzerland beat France, Federer beat Frenchman Manarino yesterday as well. Although that was pretty lucky because the guy Adrian had to retire. But yeah, I mean, what do you make of this game? Thoughts, predictions?
Honestly, right now, after Germany is out, I just want to have this beautiful romantic story of Denmark winning the winning Euro after what happened, of course, with Eriksen and everything. So I want to see a final between Denmark and Switzerland because that'll be amazing to see. So yeah, I hope Switzerland beats Spain, which honestly seems possible as well. Because Morata chalo played out of his skin that because just Morata is, by the way, incentivized trollers, man. Like the more you troll me, the better I'll get. So trollers are like, chalo yaar, isko to har match ke pehle gali dete. But I don't think Morata is going to be that great. It will continue. So I think Switzerland will win this one. Yeah.
Switzerland to beat Spain.
Romantic at heart.
I want it. Like, I can.
Ukraine coming in like close third. Such a romantic at heart. Like, you can play your Super League or whatever else. League of Nations.
Instead of kids coming home, go back home. Yeah, for those guys.
Sapre, I don't think Switzerland stand a chance. I don't know. I mean, Spain will run through all these sides.
Dude, Xhaka, this is the only European competition Xhaka gets to play. He's not going to get it. You must have seen that meme also.
It's brilliant, right? Ronaldo goes to press conferences, makes a big hue and cry about Coca-Cola being there. Here's Granit Xhaka in the bloody before the penalty shootout, giving a team talk, guzzling an entire bottle of Coke. And who wins? Granit Xhaka. Beautiful.
Yeah, brilliant news for stock prices of Coke. So yeah, that's amazing.
Sapre, have you found out whether any new thing has come that because of Xhaka, the stock price of Coke has gone up?
Or is it think?
I don't know. Xhaka is an Arsenal player, bro. That does not.
I just saw one post from the Arsenal handle. Congratulations, Xhaka, all of that. And somebody said, "Why the fuck are you selling him for 12 million?" So I mean, that's a different. Arsenal fans are up in arms whether the player of the tournament should be sold to Roma to play under Mourinho.
Yeah.
Or kept at Arsenal and make him captain again. But yeah, Switzerland, Spain. I hope Switzerland wins it. I'm not a big fan of this Spain team. And I hope my the player that I adore, Shaqiri Shambhu, does well in the upcoming match against Spain. He didn't do much in the previous match. So.
Hey, doesn't Shaqiri look a lot like Flying Beast, Gaurav Taneja? The Flying Beast guy. Do you guys know on YouTube, Flying Beast?
Yeah, we've heard of him, but I don't see similarities in... I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look again.
They just look the same for me. So suddenly I'm thinking like, obviously, black hair.
When Sapre said Shaqiri, I immediately thought of your monologue 20 minutes ago about big butts. That's the
you thought of Shaqiri. Yeah, you thought of Shaqiri. Right.
Shaqiri does not have that big butts. He's calves. He's all about the calves.
I was actually thinking only of Shaqiri, the Switzerland guy. He has a massive backside. And if you read the Athletic article, Sapre, it helps when you play football. Xavi had a pretty big backside. He was a pretty decent footballer. So yeah, it does help certain people. Okay, next game. And Jayan Charan, I agree with you. That
it's going to start a very weird exercise, footballing exercise of footballers just walking and shit.
So Jayan Charan, he comments that Lukaku's hold-up play is on the next level. And I agree with him because Italy versus Belgium, I'm confused here. Simply because I love Lukaku and I want Big Rom to win and I'm supporting Italy. So whoever... It's going to make me feel sad and happy. Sapre, who will you go for?
Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium.
Without. I mean, Roberto Martinez yesterday, when at the press conference, he said both of them are unlikely to play, both Hazard and De Bruyne. He may have been fibbing a bit. Okay, maybe he doesn't want to give things away, but still, they're not going to be at 100%. So, but here's the thing about Belgium. That means Dries Mertens probably comes into the side. That's not a bad replay. Yeah,
I hope he's just fudging a bit. Like 50% of the statement, I hope it's true that Eden Hazard isn't playing. But KDB will make a big difference. The primary reason why I feel Belgium will go through, and I don't know really, but it's because they have more goal scorers in the team than Italy does right now. And yeah, Lukaku's hold-up play, I mean, yeah, we can talk about it. Didn't get a chance to do that a lot in the last match against Portugal. But yeah, I mean, he brings something else to the match and to the tournament. I think no other striker is like him, and Italy hasn't faced a striker like him right now. They've had pretty easy matches so far. Italy, the group stage were kind of all right. Belgium did have their first big match, so they'll be more confident. I think they'll take this one.
All right. Denmark, Czech Republic. I think all of us want Denmark to go through. Abhijit, I'll leave the last one with you. England or Ukraine? I mean, I know your answer, but you have to give me reasons why we should back Ukraine over a side that has not yet conceded a goal.
I want England to win this one because the next one will be in Wembley. Next one not in Wembley, in UK only. So seeing Denmark beat England in England would be amazing to see. So I want England to win this one, which actually they would. I think England should win against, because ab kitna der tak Southgate will not play Grealish. After this also, if he does not play Grealish in the first 11, somebody will just kill him or something. Those crazy drunk British fans, they will mug him or something. And so I think he'll be playing Grealish. I think England will beat Ukraine. And in the next match, which would be in England only, I think because all the semi-finals and finals are in England. So that one, I hope Denmark beats England. That'll be amazing to see.
You know, you're the only second person who want Ukraine to lose, right? The first is Putin.
Of course.
Second, so... But I think the real reason why he wants England to, the team that I supported went out. At least let me, be comfortable with the fact that the team who beat me eventually went and won. I think that's the real reason why he wants England to win.
Pretty much what Roger Federer fans have been telling themselves about Djokovic for the last 10 years. Yeah, cool. I get that. Finally, okay. Do we have one more game? No, we don't, right? We're out of quarterfinals there. So those were our predictions. It is time. My producer is telling us that we need to take a quick break while we hear some advertisements. We'll be right back on, I forgot the name of the episode, so I'm going to call it Ghar. Hum Vapsi Aayenge Ghar.
Hum Vapsi Aayenge Ghar. Hey dude, you should speak more in Hindi. I'm telling you. The views will go up the roof.
This reminds me of Hum Dil Walon Ko Bahut Kuch Hota Hai Sanam. Have you seen that movie?
You know why we're recording today, right? It's a few hours, about 6 hours before Lionel Messi's contract expires at Barcelona. From tomorrow, Messi is unemployed, like a lot of people. I'm sure he has some savings, but Sapre, when does he sign? Yeah, I've been looking at Barcelona's feed for a long time now, and I see them posting images about Messi in a suit and stuff like that, but that's for a sponsor-driven post. I have not yet seen pen to paper.
It should happen soon. I think they wanted a group photo, Depay to come back. Now he's free, so he'll come, they'll sign it. Right?
But Messi isn't, right?
And I mean, yeah, that's true. But he will sign. He's eventually going to sign. There's no place that he can actually go in Europe. Nobody's going to afford him. Unless that Harry Kane move is not happening for sure, then City is the only team to have money to probably buy Messi. Otherwise, where will he go? He'll stay in Barcelona. He likes there. And there is no bigger star right now in that team around which the team can be built. Till the time they don't get that other star, Messi will continue to play. So he's not going anywhere. He must have signed the contract already. They just don't want to reveal it.
You think he's going to win the Copa America and end that international drought?
Well, it depends on they stop favoring Brazil. If that happens...
But Brazil have a tough quarterfinal. They got Chile and then they probably play Uruguay after that. So that'll be tough.
Well, Uruguay is not doing much in the tournament anyways.
Yeah, but they still have a biter and a vampire up front, right?
It's not a vampire. Biter, I agree. The other one's not a vampire.
I mean, Cavani does look a bit like Dracula, like if you ask me. Like he's
literal and metaphorical vampires, both of them together. Yeah.
Have you been following Copa America? I
think it's Copa America is just like the way they have made the tournament has been shit. Like, what is this stupid 2-group and round robin? Aise just 4 log le lete na. It's just made in such a bad way. They have designed the tournament only in such a bad way that only right now will it start getting interesting. I just hope Argentina does not win it because I want that drought thing of Messi to stay. So I just want Argentina to lose. Yeah, that'll be amazing. That's funny, no?
black mark on his CV.
Yeah. Everything is amazing, but Ronaldo is like, हाँ कर ले अपने Ballon d'Or से, but tournament का नहीं.
पूरी दुनिया हासिल कर दी, लेकिन घर पे प्यार नहीं मिल पाया.
So it's nice. Yeah, I just want that to stay like that. But I think still there's a good chance that, I mean, yeah, of course, most likely it will be Messi in Barcelona. But I think there is a possibility, of course, of Messi.
Are you saying that he's delaying it because he doesn't want to commit? He wants to finish his Copa America business whenever that gets done, and then take a call on his options, because he's not like us. He doesn't need one job and then the next for the next payday. Right?
No, I am pretty certain Guardiola is trying to quote him left, right, and center, and trying to get him in City for sure, that we will treat you like this. Kevin De Bruyne will massage your legs every day and everything. We'll do everything. Guardiola for sure is trying his best to get him. But I mean, there is a possibility. But I just hope that if that happens, it's going to be a tough season.
Trivik Hariharan comments, thoughts on Xhaka's performance for Switzerland. Trivik, you have to just rewind a bit in the video. There's a long chunk on Xhaka. There's a lot of chunk. There's a big chunk about Coca-Cola as well in that, but you can find it somewhere there, Trivik. So go and do that. Finally, we're getting more breaking news in, and I'm glad that we have a Liverpool fan on the podcast, Abhijeet, because Rafael Benitez has been appointed permanently as the manager of Everton. Why do people have such strong thoughts about this? I mean, how many years has it been? 10 plus?
I don't have that strong thoughts. Yeah, I don't have that strong thoughts about it. I mean, I get it. Like, for the people who stay in those cities, them feeling like that, and they have.
But aren't Liverpool, Everton like pretty friendly sort of rivalry, like the two Milan clubs? Like,
what is no, it's not at all friendly. What are you saying? No derby rivalry is friendly. That
he just spoke about ugly, drunk British men. 5 minutes ago.
Right, so. British is the problem. Fine. Like the two Milan clubs love to exchange players. Like Çalhanoğlu has gone from AC to Inter. Like they seem to have this. It's not there that much in England, right?
Yeah, no. There's nothing called like friendly rivalry between them. They hate each other's guts, and they will love to see each other being knocked out everywhere and everything. But I don't care much about it, because when it is, it's okay. It's good only. Like that was very shoddy treatment what Ancelotti did with Everton. That really seemed very humiliating for them. So it's actually fine to see Benitez over there. So
but I'll tell you what, Ancelotti may be getting his own back, because Spanish tax authorities have told Real Madrid not to pay him a salary, because he apparently owes quite a few millions in tax, like every rich person in Spain does to the government. So Ancelotti may not be getting paid there as well. So it may not work out best for him. Sapre, you have any thoughts on Benitez? You've followed him throughout his managerial.
Yeah, we were hoping he would come back. I mean, they needed a big manager. There aren't any other big managers who are free. So it's an obvious choice. They have the money to spend.
Is Nuno Espirito Santos linked with any club right now?
Tottenham.
Tottenham are still courting him. But I mean, to go from Mourinho to Nuno in a span of one season is just typical Spurs.
But what are you saying? I would actually rate Nuno right now higher than Mourinho. Right now, Nuno has done a fantastic job with Wolves, yeah.
It did, but I didn't think the objectives of Wolves are very similar to what Spurs want to achieve. Spurs want a top four. Spurs want a trophy. I don't think that was the pressure he worked at Wolves with. Plus, I mean, to get all the Portuguese players from Wolves and other clubs to Tottenham will take like a couple of years. So I don't think
and here's the thing, right? Like see Arsenal, for example, it does not work out well when the higher ups in management, including in the board, etc., have these deals with a certain agent, which Nuno Espirito Santos does. Like, he deals with a certain Portuguese agent to bring in Portuguese players. I don't think Daniel Levy is going to give in to his demands like the Wolves owners did. Like, okay, we'll get in every one of these agents' players. Like, who pays 40 million for Nelson Semedo, man? Like, your CV, you are getting robbed there, and Levy's not going to give in to this. So I'm not too sure about Nuno. And he didn't have a plan B once Raul Jimenez got hurt. Having said that, Raul Jimenez getting hurt is probably your biggest cog in your wheel going out of business. All right.
it's Tottenham level pe Kane goes, and not even without a Son or somebody, who can be an adequate replacement. So I, for one, think rate Nuno Espirito Santos very highly. I think he's a fabulous manager. And and what you're saying is right. Probably Daniel Levy being a having the control kind of thing. That's what Nuno did not like. It did not work out between them. I think Nuno kind of did not go for them. But I'm very excited to see whom will Nuno go for. Vieira, by the way, is now going to be manager of Crystal Palace.
Right?
Yeah.
Crystal Palace. Yeah.
He did well at Nice. He actually brought Kasper Dolberg into Nice. Could be some trivia there. He was manager when Dolberg started out doing half decently into Nice. Final question before we end for today. Sapre, you take this. By Trivik again, if Trent was playing in the England team instead of Trippier, actually no, Abhijit, you take this because you're a Liverpool fan. If Trent Alexander-Arnold was playing in the England team instead of Trippier, would they be better off or worse off? I mean, I don't get this question, but okay.
For one, I think I'm pretty happy that Trent is not playing for England because that saves him up for Liverpool. So he's going to be all fresh. Okay, tum kar lo apne 5 defenders ke sath whatever you want to do. So it's good that Trent is not
playing.
Okay,
does Trivik have... Whose photo is that on his profile picture? Is that Trent?
That's Trent only. Yeah, that's Trent.
Okay, so there is a bias in this question, just a little bit. Okay.
But Trent is of course a fantastic player. And I think that rumors of Klopp actually wanting to have a right back so that Trent could be transitioned into a midfield role as well. So that will be fascinating to see. But of course, Trent is a fantastic player and he should be in any playing 11. He'll walk into any playing 11. So, but I'm happy that... Yeah,
but here's the deal. I think... just to add to that, if Trent was there, maybe a goal or two more England would score. Maybe they would be slightly more entertaining.
But that's not his option. That's not what he's going for, bro. That's not Southgate's option. He wants to remember Brendan Rodgers' death by possession thing, when he suddenly had that. This is death by just death. There's no by possession or nothing.
Guaranteed death. That's it.
Gareth Southgate plays for death. No goals conceded, no goals scored, just death of fans. That's
the actual group. That's the group of death.
any place they are, it is death. Yeah.
So we started the podcast.
Right. You're right, because I think the discussion when Trent was not picked up by England initially was that Southgate isn't impressed with his defensive capabilities as well, the one-on-ones that he does. Yeah, with the kind of football now that we know he's playing, retrospectively, that decision made sense. He just wants 5 strong people who will just sit back and just pass the ball to each other or just to throw it out or whatever. So Trent would be the misfit there, clearly. I mean, he would want to go and score goals. Forget Kane and passing and everything.
No, that's not allowed with England, clearly. You're not allowed to do...
Nobody else but Sterling will score.
Have such thoughts as well. But this has been a lot of fun. We started with Southgate slander. Abhijit has ended with more Southgate slander. As we call a day to... Again, I forget the name, man. What the was that movie that we're naming this podcast behind? Aaj tu aayega. अब हम जाएंगे.
आज एक तू घर वापसी हम देखेंगे.
I think you're saying random Hindi words, bro. That's not even a proper grammatical sentence. आज आएगा तू कल को नहीं है हम मगर.
Abhijit, it's been excellent. I do not... Slightly sarcastic. Fine to have you on the podcast. When is your next show, online shows, anything coming up?
I'm going to be doing an online show. I'm going to be doing an online show on the 9th of July. So yeah, that's one I'm looking forward to. And apart from that, follow me on Instagram. Yes.
Your handle is Abijit Ganguly.
Abijit Ganguly. There's just one thing which is a huge problem in my name. There's no H in Abhijit. So it's just ABIJIT.
Okay.
I've had a lot of people, coming up to me after shows that you're one of those people who are a social recluse and don't want to have social media profiles, no? Because we search you and you don't get it. I'm like, no, bloody hell. I've been losing out on brand deals because of that. It's ABIJIT. So yeah.
Really? Wow. The brand call. We tried to sign you, but we couldn't find you. So we went with somebody else.
Yeah.
But one question on your show, that you've done so many live shows. And you interact a lot with your audiences as well. How do you manage now with an online scenario? Do you get a chance to pick on people? How do you do that? Looking at their faces, do everybody turn their cameras
Actually,
on?
It gives more. Because honestly speaking, I've realized this in online shows, crowd work works better than regular material. Because right now, for instance, if you guys would have been at a show, What do I have? Just have you. But right now, I can see behind you, there is that wooden rack. So there's a lot of character things I can talk about every single person. So if somebody is just lying on a bed, and because online shows, you have that, no? There's always a lot of things happening. Koi piche kutta bhauk raha hai, piche bachcha ro raha hai. Are banyan mein, one time a guy took his laptop into the washroom. And I'm like, what is this behavior? What is going on? It's like, upar ka hi to dekh raha hai. So yeah, there's a lot of substance that you actually get out of just things that are happening.
Brilliant.
Yeah. All right, so this has been a lot of fun. Abhijeet's next show is on the 9th, and make sure you go follow him on social media platforms. He is Abhijeet without the H. Sapre, as usual, this has been excellent once again. We'll probably be catching up after what is next? The quarterfinals? Yeah, probably
we'll
the
catch up
after the semifinals.
I don't know. Semis,
right? Sometime next week. We'll be back with yet another episode of Football Shootball.
Hey guys, I say something during every single stream, and I just want to say that smash that like button. That's the thing I've learned. Guys, whoever's watching this, smash that like button. Smash that. That is what I say in every stream.
Who does that? Oh, that may be you. Maybe it's one of your videos only that I've seen.
I don't know. I just every stream I go smash that like button because I've realized it's a good thing to say. Yes.
All right,
you should follow
unless
me as well.
Unless you have already smashed that like button, because in that case, the like is just smash that like button once. Yeah.
We'll send a one-pager on how to get this done.
This has gone off the rails. Surohini, cut it whenever you feel like.
So if you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media handles. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I'm Fickleberry Hun on Twitter and Instagram. That's Huckleberry Finn, but Fickle.
If you want to reach out to me, I am Sapre on Twitter and Sapre on Instagram.
You can reach out to me at iRant, which is IYERANT on Twitter and Instagram. This is Football Shootball. Recognize.